Hello and welcome back to Saving Scunthorpe. We are in the Premier League and possibly most importantly, we are in the FA Cup final. So just before we get into the episode, if you are happy to hear that we are potentially on for a double today, please do leave a like down below. Comment, do you think we can win the Championship, the FA Cup, or do you think we can win both? It would be amazing if we can pull off both. And we are on the back foot for probably the Championship. We're more on the back foot for. Since you were last with us, we had a 3-0 win against Swansea before we dropped points 2-2 to Hull City, which has meant that on the final day, we need to better Bournemouth's result. We play Burnley, which is going to be a tough game, because they are currently in 4th place. They are well and truly safe in the playoffs. And where are Bournemouth? They play Plymouth, who are currently 12th with absolutely nothing to play for. So we need a big favour from Plymouth to allow us to win the title. And I don't think they've really got anything... Yeah, they've not really got anything to worry about in the game. So it would be nice if they can do us a favour. We either need to better Bournemouth's result by them drawing us winning, them losing us drawing, or we need to outscore them by 6 goals. That might be an even bigger ask than hoping that they lose. However, we might as well give it our best shot. We've got Izagirre in goal, Bitton, Julian, Nallo and Wright Rice as the back 4. Russell Denny is a holding midfielder with Martin in front of him. And Selmy on the right, Bjarnason and Tipple in number 10 and left wing respectively. And Munro up front by himself. Early on there's a free corner kick for Burnley. Izagirre's come out and claimed it out of the air. And we've got a chance to build from the back here. Izagirre drops the ball and then sends it long towards Munro, who nods it down to Bjarnason, finds Tipple. He's forced backwards to Nallo and then finds Russell Denny in midfield. Back to Julian and out to Bitton on the right-hand side, who has his pass intercepted. And that was a very easy interception for Somerville. Sivers sends it back to Lagerbilk and then Krivak in the middle. Quigley down the wing to Doherty, who's got space to run into. Ball in behind and a big miss, but it was offside anyway. Big news out of Plymouth. They are currently 1-0 up against Bournemouth. As we get our highlight, starting Dalberg with the ball for Burnley at the back. Coppet out to... Oh, they've given the ball away to Bjarnason. Munro scores to put us in the lead. And we now have a huge advantage over Bournemouth because they've got to come from behind while we already have our part of the deal done. Burnaby with a free kick for Burnley, but it's headed over the bar by Sivers. Doherty with a corner kick for Burnley. Sends it towards the near post. Quigley's there, but it's headed away. Coppet gets it back to Doherty. Back across the box. Somerville equalises for Burnley. And now we've got the pressure on us again. Lagerbilk with a free kick for Burnley from deep. Plays it back to Quigley. And Bjarnason's got in there to get a foot on it. Anselmi breaking down the right-hand side with the ball. Burnley have actually had much better of the game so far. But Anselmi with the cross, it's straight into the hands of Dolberg. And that's far, far too easy. We need to change something at half-time because Burnley are actually having much better of the game so far. Coppet out to Quatara on the right-hand side, left-hand side even. Somerville gets tackled by Bitton and we get the ball back with Julian. Bitton back to Julian again. And this time we work it down the right-hand side. And Selmy to Bjarnason in behind. Cuts inside absolutely brilliantly. Oh, Halsey not ended up in the back of the net. There's one more highlight before half-time, which is making me very, very nervous. Krivak on the ball here, bringing it across the left-hand side of the pitch. Gets into the box and pulls it back to Somerville. Izagirre didn't make the save. It was actually over the bar. So half-time, and as I say, Burnley having the much better of the game at the moment. So we're going to tell our guys we need to be much better. And hopefully we can sort ourselves out in the second half, because at the moment we're getting a little bit dominated and it feels like a matter of time before a Burnley leading goal. Huge news, Plymouth are 2-0 up against Bournemouth. All we need now is if we can hold on, that should be enough. Russell Denny with a free kick. Whips it in. Julian was there, but it falls to Nallo now, who takes it back away from their goal. Out to Russell Denny. Back to Julian. And then switch it out to the left-hand side, please. Martin over the top finds Anselmi, who puts it wide of the post, and he was offside anyway. We're going to bring Tipple off for Chambers now, and Darren Jones coming on for Martin in the middle. We're going to change him to a Mazzala as well. The highlight is then come back in. I don't know if our subs have gone through yet, but Al Janoubi sending the ball forward to Doherty on the left-hand side, pulls it back to Somerville, who hits the post. I didn't know what had gone on there. They've got a corner. Al Janoubi is going to send it in to the near post. And it's gone in. Not like this. Anselmi has the ball on the right hand side. He tries to get past his man. He actually loses the ball there. Somerville to Al Janoubi. Pushing into space. Shot from range. And it's well wide of the post. Izagirre with the goal kick. We're going to go to attacking because we might as well. We need a goal to give us the title. Ball's gone all the way through to Jones. One-on-one with the keeper. He takes too long. Hits it straight at the keeper. Makes it a really easy save for him. Russell Denny with the corner though. Sends it towards the far post. Nallo's there. Oh, it's gone all the way through. Munro collects it. Sends it back into the box. Nallo loses the ball cheaply and it's cleared away. 10 minutes to go and we've got to go all out for it really. Hatton coming on up front. We're going to bring Forker on at right back. And we want a more attacking change and I'm not really sure what to do. I think what we're going to do is we're going to send Anselmi up front. In the middle. Bjarnason up front as well. False 9. Bjarnason as a trequartista. Russell Denny can go into holding midfield as an anchor. Jones can go forward as an attacking midfielder. And let's just see if we can find a way through this team. It would be amazing if we can get a winner. Well, an equaliser even. There is a highlight, however, it's starting with Burnley on the ball. Wright Rice brings the ball down and plays it out to Chambers on the left-hand side. Finds Russell Denny in the middle. Jones is that's such a poor pass. Beset on the ball for Burnley, gets into the box and sends it wide. And unfortunately on the final day we fall short because both teams lose on their way up to the Premier League. Absolutely gutting. We absolutely should have got something out of that game. Anything would have been enough. And unfortunately we finished second. However, as I mentioned, we have got a relatively favourable FA Cup game. And when I say a relatively favourable FA Cup game, as you can see, our run to the final went through Brentford, Tranmere, Birmingham, Bristol City and Crystal Palace. Our opponents today are Norwich City. They have had their tournament go through Liverpool, Blackpool, Bournemouth, Arsenal, Manchester United, and now they play us in the final. However, the reason I say it's slightly favourable, they are not so much in a relegation battle anymore. I looked last time and they were 17th. They've moved up to 14th. They are still very much in a relegation battle, to be fair. We've got 3 weeks until that game. So hopefully by then, they're absolutely battling for survival and can't fully concentrate on us. And now it's time for the FA Cup final. Norwich unfortunately were safe with a game to go, so I don't know how much they may have rotated. We'll find out in just a moment. However, our lineup going into the FA Cup final at Wembley, as Scunthorpe United still in the Championship as of the final, Izagirre in goal, Forker, Julian, Nallo and Wright Rice as the back four, Batista as the holding midfielder with Umanai in front of him, and Selmy on the right, Bjarnason in the number 10, Tipple on the left hand side, and we've got Hatton up front as the lone striker. And it does appear that Norwich have gone very rotated in their previous game because they've got 8 changes. Well, it's all to play for. Let's hope we can pull something magical off. Doyle with a early corner for Norwich, sends it into the box. Xerxes was in there, but it's over him. Batista collects it at the far side, plays it back to Izagirre, who goes out towards Tipple on the left, but Adrian finds it easily for him. Cortez with the ball for Norwich, plays it back to Doyle, into the box for Xerxes. Cortez hits the post and Forker clears it away. Corner kick now, Rice sends it in. It's headed away by Sargent, and then Tipple is going to go and collect it. He's forced backwards, but finds it back to Julian. Then Forker across to Nallo, plays it out to Umanai on the left. Finds Tipple and then overlaps him. Tipple taking the ball to the left-hand side, plays it back to Rice and then back to Nallo. Back down this left-hand side perhaps. Rice back to Nallo and plays it inside to Umanai. Forward to Bjarnason, who shoots from range and it's over the bar. Umanai knocks the ball out to Rice. He's been double-footed. Rice has ended up causing Cortez to be sent off. Norwich are down to 10 men. And there's a chance for us here because being down a man, hopefully that can go in our favour. We're going to start passing it into space and hopefully we can find a free man. Livramento throws the ball into Sargent on the left-hand side. It's back to Livramento, who bursts into the box. Sturks is at the near post and Izagirre with a save. A very, very important save from Izagirre there to deny Norwich a goal just after half-time. Doyle is going to send the corner in for them though. It's to the far post. It's headed away by Julian and Umanai has collected it. I thought we were going to get a breakaway there, but we don't. Xerxes is back on the ball for Norwich. Sargent running into the middle of the pitch, bringing it over to the right-hand side for Norwich. Whittles through to Xerxes. One-on-one with Izagirre and another big save from Izagirre. Corner kick for Norwich as they pile on the pressure. This is not how I thought the second half was going to get started. Doyle sends the corner into the far post. That was the weirdest time I've ever seen a highlight end. Umanai with a free kick sends it towards the far post. Jimenez claims it nice and easy for Norwich though. And he's going to take his time on the ball here. Rolls it out to Nuehen. This is an interesting game as well because, of course, with Norwich being in the Premier League, it gives us a bit of an idea of what we're going to be up against next year. Whittles plays the ball back to Valdemir and then across the Norwich backline, Valdemir to Doyle and then it's back to Nuehen. And Doyle once again plays it out to Beidou. Livramento back to Doyle and this time they send it forward to Sargent. He finds Xerxes, who tries to find Livramento. A good foot there, but Xerxes has it break for him and he sends it over the bar. Well, at the moment, Norwich are looking very dangerous despite being down to 10 men. We're going to bring Rice off for Darren Jones on the left-hand side. Brinkhurst coming on for Anselmi. I think we'll leave it at just those two for now. And we're into the final 10 minutes of the game now. And we're going to have a roll of the dice. Bitton is going to come on for Forker, who's looking nervous. And Hatton is going to come off for Munro, just because Hatton on a yellow card and also not having the best of games. And as though we needed any more stress, we're going to extra time. Not what we wanted to see, but let's see what we can pull off. We're going to bring Batista off for Russell Denny, and that'll leave us with one more substitution to make if it looks like we're going to penalties. Russell Denny with a free corner kick sends it in. It's headed away, but only as far as Umanai, who gets a shot off. He's drilled it into the bottom corner, and Scunthorpe lead 1-0 in the FA Cup final. There is 4 minutes to go. Can we hold on and lift the FA Cup before we even get to the Premier League? Bitton throws the ball to Julian. He knocks it inside to Russell Denny. Forward to Munro. He tries to find Brinkhurst, but it wasn't a very good pass to him. Lench now on the ball. Sends it out to the right-hand side. Jones heads it down to Umanai. And we work it back to Nallo. Out to Jones. Forward to Tipple, who knocks it inside for himself. He gives the ball away, though. Ayala to Barr. He goes at Julian. Ayala into the box. And a brilliant save from Izagirre to deny Norwich an equaliser. They do have a corner, however. We're going to bring Doy on for Bjarnason. No, I can't bring Bjarnason off. Doyle on for Tipple, and we're going to go 5 at the back for this last couple of minutes. Doyle sends the corner in. It's headed away by Nallo. Umanai, the keeper's forward. Umanai shoot, he doesn't. Plays it back to Tipple, who loses the ball but gets it back to Munro. Through to Tipple. We've got a brilliant chance here to wrap the game up. Tipple takes too long on it. No, we've been given a free kick. I take that back. Doyle is going to come on, and it is too late. Oh my goodness. Well, if you'd offered me at the start of the episode lifting the FA Cup instead of lifting the Championship, I would have snatched your hand off. And even though it would have been nice to do the double, particularly with Bournemouth losing, you can't complain at winning our first major trophy before we've even got to the Premier League. Scunthorpe United, FA Cup winners. And something that hadn't even clocked to me, in our first year in the Premier League, we are now going to be playing Europa League football. That could be very interesting. So, what I do have to tell you, we had an original transfer budget of 25.9 million, so near enough 26 million. We've had a wage budget increase that sends us up to £430,000, and we have already got a couple of signings in and ready to go. We've got Dylan Jones coming in from Liverpool on a free transfer, and we've spent some money. We've bought Levelstad in from Brann, who came up on the Wonder Kids list, the top 50 Wonder Kids. I don't think that's exactly what it's called, but you know what I mean. So we've bought him in as a central midfielder. Looks absolutely fantastic, to be fair, and he's only 19. And then, similar thing, we've bought Milton in as a striker slash right winger from Boa Vista for £4.6 million. So, a little bit of spending money there. However, these two look absolutely phenomenal players, so hopefully that will end up being true. But now I've got to go and prepare Scunthorpe United for the Premier League and the Europa League. This could be difficult. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment what you think we should concentrate on next season. My mind instantly says let's focus on the league, but let me know what you think. Subscribe if you're enjoying the content, and thank you very much for watching.